All right, so now that we know what character traits are and what emotions are, we can now actually talk about characterization. I know you're in your room right now or in the living room or in the kitchen, but I want you to say it out loud. Characterization. It's a word that I know a lot of fifth graders have a lot of trouble saying, but I insist on you saying it. Say it one more time. Characterization. All right. So there are two types of characterization. There is direct characterization and there is indirect characterization. We use characterization to understand characters in fiction. And we know fiction is a made up story. So when we characterize characters in fiction, we can find various things. One of the main things we usually find, and we're going to find today, is character traits, how to describe who a character is. We also can find character feelings, how they feel in a situation. We can also find character change, how characters are different by the end of a story. And then we can also find character motives, which is why a character decides to do something. So, again, thinking about my two types of characterization, starting off on my left side here, sometimes the author tells us character traits by just naming them. For an example, Billy is sweet and kind, especially to his teammates. So, what is Billy? We know that Billy is sweet and kind because the author tells us. The author literally writes it in the sentence, sweet and kind. The author directly tells us. This is called direct characterization. When the author directly tells us character traits by just naming them, it is direct characterization. Sometimes the author shows us character traits with hints. This is when we use steal. That's when we look for speech, thoughts, effects on others, actions, and looks. And this is indirect characterization. Today, we are going to focus solely on direct characterization, when the author tells us character traits by just naming them. And when I think about direct and tells us, I'm thinking about that concept of an answer being right there. So whenever a question asks me for direct characterization, I am looking for a right there answer, which means it is right there in the text. Remember that.